Hello, this is Dallas from photosfromthepit.com, reporting here with the Vista Kicks. Dudes, would you like to introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
I'm Derek, and I sing.
I'm Sam, and I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Trevor, and I play bass guitar.
I'm Nolan, and I play drums, guitar.
And I'm Dallas, and I'm an alcoholic. Yes, cheers, absolutely. All right. Anyway, so you guys, I don't know. Let's start out with some fun in here. You guys came in from from Wichita on a tour. You guys started out in L.A. How's the tour been so far?
It's been great. It's been great. Yeah, we started in L.A. We sold out the Troubadour, and it's been kind of up and down ever since. It's been different people come out for different shows, and different parts of the country are more responsive than others so far.
So how's the Midwest been treating you then?
Well,
how's that like?
we get the best treatment in the Midwest. You know, I love touring in the Midwest. The hospitality, the sound guys are always much nicer than in California.
Okay.
We love California. We're from California, but the sound guys everywhere else are so much nicer.
Like everybody was like, "You're playing in Kansas. Why the hell are you playing there?" And it was last night. And it actually turned out to be like one of the coolest shows. Like it packed out and people were dancing, like actually dancing, like boogieing down, getting drunk, having a good time on a Monday. It was awesome. It was really awesome.
Show for sure.
Totally.
Shit, how do I follow up with that? That was awesome, you guys. So Wichita was definitely boogieing. Nobody would think you'd be getting down in Wichita there. And all right, cool. Let's see, man. So you guys, I've read a lot online that anything is really comparing you guys to like a lot of '60s and '70s band and all that. You can definitely feel that influence, but I don't know what kind of modern acts do you guys kind of draw influence from, or really what's the inspiration for the sound?
Well, we like to consider our music very, very new. We're influenced by a lot of older stuff and a lot of current stuff. Current bands would be Alabama Shakes, Cage the Elephant, Kings of Leon, all the good ones. But I think that we, as music creators, like represent sort of the future of what we're doing. I think is special because it combines a lot of things that have not been combined in that way before. And so I feel like, anything new is just a synthesis of something that's old, or it's something that's been done before. And I think our combination of herbs and spices is making something new, and it's making something that's never been made before. So, we get compared to the '60s and '70s a lot. But the '60s and '70s was a time and a place for the most diversity and uniqueness in music that ever happened. They were so sick of the cookie cutter sort of '50s singles playlists that happened that the people were dying for something unique, and that's all that was. And so I think that's where we're headed now, and people are looking for something that's unique, and I think that's what we offer in our music.
Totally.
Totally.
Couldn't say it any
I
better.
second that.
Totally.
Okay, and that's awesome. Yeah, that's because that was kind of the maybe because I don't know. I was jamming to your guys' new album, Booty Shakers Ball, like all week. I fell in love with it, honestly. And I kept reading these interviews. It was like, oh yeah, '60s, '70s, this kind of thing. And I'm like, man, they're kind of above that. So, in the same vein, I checked you guys out on Spotify. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about that remix you guys have with? It's the remix of "Make It Real." Yeah.
I would love to tell you about that.
Yes.
So, it all started when it was in our hometown of Roseville, California, which is north of Sacramento. We just finished making our first song that we weren't even like a serious band at that point. We were just making songs on winter and summer breaks and stuff like that. And so we recorded this song, Make It Real, and in the town, there's like this guy named Max, and like he was just like this like local kind of introverted cool guy, and everybody's like, that he makes like you know he makes beats and he sells them to people, for a lot of money, and like he makes a living doing this thing, and he's really good at it. And so I just shot him a quick message on Facebook, and his handle is MJ Nichols if you ever want to know, but his like creative outlet was called Vestige. And I was like, hey man, do you want to remix our song? And he ghosted me, like it said scene, and then didn't say anything, and I was like, shit, fuck, blew it. And then he's like, yeah man, I listened to your song, sounds great, send me the stems. So I sent him the stems, and he goes, like, I sent it to him at like 8 p.m, and then he's like, yeah, I've been working on this, I really like it, I'll send you something tonight. And I was like, great. 2 hours later, he sends me the song. We're like, we love it. God, we love it almost better than our version. and then the next day or two later, he goes, hey, there's this cool page that wants me to post like some music or something. Do you mind if I use your song? And I was like, yeah, feel free. And it was Majestic Casual, and I was kind of out of the loop. All of us were. We didn't really know how cool it was, but it was like Christmas. The next morning I woke up and our phone was just dinging with notifications of people following our page and liking it and reposting the song. And then that's how people really came to the front door of what is Vista Kicks, and it made us take music seriously. It made us drop out of college, and here we are in Kansas City.
That's really, I'm kind of blown away right now. I didn't like, and this is my second interview too, so all right. No, that was awesome. I mean, because yeah, that song right there, it really does. It kind of captures your guys' kind of, I don't know. You guys have this really kind of dreamy, kind of laid back vibe to you guys. So would you say that vibe that you capture is kind of how you guys create music? And to that extent, I've kind of read up a little bit about the studio you guys record at. So what's a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, I guess starting with the studio, we have a studio back in LA where we reside in Highland Park. It's kind of a backyard studio that we've really made into our own. When we first found it, it wasn't really much of anything. And then over time, we kind of adopted it and catered it with all of our belongings, and really made it ours. So now, lately, we've been doing a lot of recording. We just recorded our second album at the studio. So it's recorded post Booty Shakers Ball, yes. Booty Shakers Ball was the first thing we recorded there. Right. So, yeah. Yeah, so we spent all of, I think it was last summer.
Yeah.
Right? It was summer.
June.
Yeah, we tracked it in about a month and then released it very quickly, and yeah, it's been great. It's kind of our oasis. So that's where we spend all of our time when we're home, is pretty much at the studio. Yeah. So, yeah. How was that? Mind-blowing. All right. But it's a great place. That's where you can kind of check it out on the internet if you YouTube us. We have our Vista Kickback Hangouts, kind of what we call them, and we just throw these parties and get a couple of artists to play and just have a good old get-together and film it and jam out. So it's a lot of fun. You can check it out on YouTube.
We also have a garden at the studio.
Oh, yeah, the garden, too. The garden's pretty cool because that's actually where we shot the album cover of Booty Shakers Ball. So Derek, in the midst of making Booty Shakers Ball, planted the garden, and it really blew up very quickly. And so it blew up. He basically he had also put we had a bunch of broken mirrors that we had found, and so he kind of surrounded the garden in broken mirrors. And one day we're out there looking around, he's like, we should take a picture in the garden through the mirrors or something like that. And so we brought our friend over, Anna Maria Lopez. You should check her stuff out, it's great. she had taken a couple pictures of us in the past, and so she was kind of our favorite photographer, and she is still. And she basically came over. We took some pictures in the garden, and there it was. It was magic. So, you know.
Creation station.
Yeah.
All levels.
Creation. Yeah, it really is. So, yeah, it's a special place. But yeah.
All right, we're very okay. So it kind of seems like you guys are almost living the dream right now. You know, you guys are going out making a ton of music. I know a lot of kids. You know, they always dream about that kind of thing. They're like, you know, all I want to do is tour the country and write music and this kind of thing. So this might be a kind of a loaded question, but what advice would you give to your 13-year-old self right now, knowing your experience that you do and you know, kind of cultivating all the memories and thoughts? Yeah.
13-year-old me, get rid of the rototoms ASAP.
No, those are cool. They're coming back.
Okay, they're not cool. All right, move on. 13-year-old me. Anybody else? That's it.
Peace out. If you don't know.
I would. Okay.
I had like a 12-piece kit when I was 13, and there's some videos on Facebook still, and
YouTube.
they'll probably never go away. This is the time where you have a slow zoom on my face. Anyway, I'm gonna pass this on.
No fair, man. I want to zoom.
I guess I would tell myself to not be scared, to just do it. Not to jack the Nike quote, but just do it.
I thought that was Stanley Yelnats.
Is it? Anyways,
Good movie.
Holes. Yeah, don't be scared. Be yourself. That's my advice.
Yeah, if 13 me, I don't know, cause I feel like I was probably cooler when I was 13. Yeah, I was really good at skating when I was 13, so no. I just oh man, thank you. I'm trying to think of advice to my 13-year-old self because I do the same thing. I've been playing music and making bands since I was that age. But maybe just enjoy it more. I feel like I was such a worrywart when I was like 13 because I always wanted to be like in a band, like in a cool band that tours and plays big shows. And I feel like I'd scared off all my friends except for these guys. And that's why we're a band, because I was like, we got to practice all this time and we got to do this and this and this and this. And I would just worry about it so much instead of just have fun. And I think it's just a constant reminder. You should always remind yourself just to have fun. And that's what I would tell my 13-year-old self. Just have fun, kid. Have fun.
Well, I'm perfect, so keep doing your thing, D-man. I had all this time to think of it, and I really couldn't think of anything. Yeah, it's tough. I think maybe just, oh man.
Derek, quit wearing tall tees.
Yes, I was 13 and I had a phase with earrings and tall tees, but I was into hip hop. I'm still into hip hop. I just don't wear tall tees anymore. Yeah, not allowed to.
Wide tees.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. Keep doing your thing, 13-year-old D-man. Yeah, that's right.
Jesus. My face hurts right now. I know you can edit some of this, right? Not like edit any of that. I was gonna take a pause. I'm like, do you want to shoot more stuff? Do you guys want to shoot more stuff? I've got a few more questions here, but you guys are kind of. Oh, okay. I was gonna say you guys are kind of killing it with the answers right now. This is great. I was really nervous, but I'm like, man, you guys are cool as hell right now.
Some bands have a lot of friends and they get to talk a lot.
Hell yeah. Okay, well I guess that brings up a good point. So, how did you guys grow to become a band, and I don't know, maybe tell maybe a good story along with that, or very interested in that.
I'm gonna do this as quick as I can. So, Sam and I met when we were 5. Nolan and I met when we were 5. Nolan and Sam were in band together. Trevor and Nolan and Sam were all in band together. Trevor and Nolan were in drumline together. And then when we were like 17, Sam and I were 17, and Nolan was 15. We started playing Sinatra gigs, and we that was our band. We were a Sinatra band. We were like the kids doing Sinatra in the neighborhood, and we'd play at restaurants, and we'd play at. It's amazing, except you can't get anybody your age to show up at the shows. Only like 40 plus, and the sky's the limit on that one. No. Right. The ladies, we were in it for the money. You know, it was all about the money.
It was better
You know,
than,
those.
well, it was better than flipping burgers for like a 17-year-old. You know, like us going to work as 17-year-olds was putting up a button up and combing our hair back and going and playing like a nice restaurant in Sacramento or San Francisco or a wedding or anything like that, and you know that put money in your pocket, and that beats the shit out of working at Sonic or Taco Bell or anything. So we're lucky to use music to do that. Go ahead.
And then we had that Make It Real thing, and we moved down to L.A. and we're all living together, the 3 of us, in a 1-bedroom in Hollywood. And then our buddy downstairs, neighbor, his name's Colton. One of his rooms opened up, and Nolan and Sam had been on the phone with Trevor. Because just previously in Sacramento, when we lived there, the 3 of them lived together, and I lived down the street. So we'd all 4 of us hang out. And Trevor wasn't in the band at that point. It was a different band at that point, too. It was called Babe. And that's where Make It Real, that song was actually a Babe song. But when we made the switch to Vista Kicks, we needed all the help we can get. So we just kind of scooted it in with all of the Vista Kicks stuff. And it's the same people, so it doesn't matter. But we added Trevor 6 months after we moved down to Hollywood, and he moved in with our downstairs neighbor, and the downstairs neighbor moved out, and so all 4 of us lived in a 1-bedroom together. He was there. He was downstairs for a month, thought he had it made, and then boom, he's like, "Nah, I'm leaving." And so we're like, "Well, shit. Well, you move in with us, I guess, you know." And then it was like it didn't make sense not to have him join the band. He was playing gigs with us, and it was like 2 gigs in, and he was part of the band. It was easy fit because we had all grown up together. Again, we went to the same middle schools and high schools and elementary schools as each other, so it helped having those deep roots.
Awesome. All right. It was out of all you guys, which one is who's Ninja Turtle? So who's Donatello? Who's Michelangelo? How does that work out in this 4-group dynamic right here?
You pick him, Trev, because I don't know. We don't really know
All right. Derek's Donatello because he's the D-man, and he's the leader. Michelangelo, I feel like Nolan's Raphael. He's a little bit of a savage. He's got the aggressive side out of all of us. I'm probably Michelangelo. I'm the pizza guy. I'm just like, yeah. Sam is, what's the purple guy called?
That was Donatello.
Oh, shh. No. Oh, Leonardo. Derek's Leonardo.
Okay.
Sam's Donatello. Sam's like the brains and the tech guy. He's like the guy that's good with all the tech stuff. Derek is too, but Sam's fast. Yeah.
Well, it's different brains. Derek's the business brains. Sam's the technology.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that would be it. Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael. Let's go. The Beast, a.k.a. the Beast.
Yeah.
He just drops.
Well, this is Dallas Hessel from Photos from the Pit. You heard it here, folks. Here, we're sitting with the Vista Kicks. Send it off, guys.
And I was like, wham!
Bam!
Bam!
And I look at Sam under that orange-colored sky.
when you're born in a jar of water. Oh, yeah.